Good evening, and thank you for joining us at 6. I'm Shannon Ogden.
And I'm Jessica Porter. Colorado family planning clinics are preparing for an influx of patients from Texas. Overnight, the Supreme Court refused to block a Texas law banning nearly all abortions in the state.
Under this new law, a physician cannot perform an abortion if a fetal heartbeat is detected. And in some cases, that could be as early as 6 weeks, and oftentimes before a woman even knows she's pregnant. And there are no exceptions for rape or incest, only for medical emergencies.
Denver 7's Gary Brode spoke to local clinics on what impact they expect from this restrictive law.
A long-standing federal law is in jeopardy because of what's going on in the Longhorn State.
It will not surprise me at all to start seeing states one after the other fall like Texas.
The Supreme Court denied a request late Wednesday to freeze a new Texas law banning abortions after 6 weeks, which likely means more women coming to Colorado for their treatment, says the president of Planned Parenthood Rocky Mountain Region.
Are you encouraging women in Texas right now to come to Colorado?
We're collectively working across the country to make sure that Texas patients know there are a lot of people out here who care about them.
Pro-life group Colorado for Life, who is not available for an on-camera interview, applauds the move in Texas, going on to tell us they exist to protect and defend every unborn life, which includes ending abortion tourism in Colorado.
We're already starting to get calls.
Karen Middleton is the president of Cobalt, a pro-choice group that in part helps women financially come from more conservative states to Colorado, one of the most liberal in the country when it comes to abortions.
What will happen is if they can't legally access abortion care in Texas, they can leave the state and legally access care elsewhere. And Colorado, our doors are open.
Middleton says upwards of 15% of the abortions in Colorado are for women coming from other states. Many fly for the day to get the procedure, only to fly right back the same day.
We had a woman who came from Ohio because she had a 20-week ban there. So Texas going all the way back to 6 weeks means the kind of abortion care that they could get at home, they now can't get at home. And we have a lot more options for people in Aurora, in Denver, Boulder, Colorado Springs.
While the Texas move is getting praise from many conservatives around the country, the pro-life group Colorado Right to Live is against it. They also are not available for an on-camera interview, but tell us not only will it not impact Colorado, but won't change much in Texas. Right to Live references the enforcement of the law, which cannot be carried out by the state, but rather an individual who must sue the person who gets the abortion. Right to Live says expecting the abortionist to try to find a heartbeat when he or she has a financial incentive to miss one is laughable. Until every human is legally protected at every stage of biological development, from fertilization to natural death, no exceptions, we will never stop fighting. I'm Gary Brode for Denver 7.
And Colorado Congresswoman Diana DeGette is a co-chair of the Congressional Pro-Choice Caucus. And this afternoon, in fact, just as she left a caucus meeting about this new Texas abortion law, I talked to her about what Democrats in Congress are planning to do in reaction to it. And Congresswoman DeGette says a new bill called the Women's Health Protection Act would then codify Roe v. Wade and ensure abortion access nationwide.
I talked to Speaker Pelosi this morning. We are planning to bring that bill to the House floor in September when we get back.
Is there the will or the way to get it done?
We believe we have the votes to pass it in the House. Then, of course, we need to work on the Senate. But recent polling shows the vast majority of women nationwide, including in some of the swing districts, support a woman's full range of reproductive rights, including abortion care.
DeGette says there are already 200 members of Congress who have signed on as co-sponsors of the Women's Health Protection Act.
The Supreme Court refused to block that Texas abortion law with a vote through what is described as the shadow docket. This is the process in which the Supreme Court decides on a case without oral arguments. Typically, a case has arguments and a decision will be made months later. The shadow docket is an expedited process. Additionally, justices don't have to make their votes public or offer reasoning. For some perspective, this tactic was used for Biden's eviction moratorium and on a Trump immigration case. To dig a little deeper, this tactic is influencing the public's view of the Supreme Court. A Gallup poll from July shows America's approval of the court has dipped to 49%. What are your thoughts on the Texas abortion law? Share your views by emailing 360@thedenverchannel.com.